Yeah, you already know what time it is, you understand? UPK, one West of the Command Junior YAHANNA, all my brothers, we rollin' through, you understand? Cause these niggas weak, these niggas don't know what to do. You see these soldiers beside me, standing in all black with them shields on post, watching, they all my brothers.
Gold is precious, but loyalty is priceless. I don't wanna mind, might leave you lifeless. Wrong with this shit, I'ma need a diapers. Endure through any crisis, cause all my niggas righteous. I don't politic with vipers. Cowards fold, real niggas hold rank. Stand for what they believe and won't compromise a thing. Never harmonize with traitors. Do not affiliate with impersonators. You cross the line, you gon' catch the vapors. My niggas strong, no chase. Them other niggas sweet like annihilators. Tank full of brown sugar like annihilate. Every time I move, a righteous demonstration. All I deny is Satan. My brother's glorious, true warriors. Delay my sword down, the death sentence can't stop till we notorious. Thrown in my way with a supreme audience. Proud ass nigga get exiled, no loitering around my brothers.
Yeah, you already know what it is. 144 back again, UPK style, putting it down for my brothers. And I roll with straight soldiers.
That's
you
right.
See them niggas with them shields
That's
and
right.
the fatigues and them boots. They my brothers. We gon' rule it on the king on the stand. We gon' rule this bitch at all costs. Nigga, we gon' take these from them crackers.
That's right. That's right.
Take them to the ground. And we gon' eat and drink. Me and all
my brain like the ladder house. You can't blend with my men, nigga. I can tell you fake from your treacherous mouth. Claiming God is all love, we don't believe that. Give a damn about your 2 cents, fuck your feedback. I give it all for my brothers, they deserve it. No excuses for my niggas, they striving to be perfect. Sacrifice whatever form, they never owe me. UPK, we click tight like Sweet Pea and Jody. Endure to the end, it's what a wise man told me. Liquor from the top shelf, but I spit it with the loaded. 144, nigga, everybody know me. All I ever wanted was revenge, fuck a road. Say you down for the cause, gotta show me. Stand tall and do not blush. Remain calm when the danger pop up. Flow deep like David Jones locker. More bars than Central Locker. No competition, only glory in the distance for my brothers.
Test 1, 2. 2, 2, 2. 2. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. The Lord said, confession good for the soul. So right now,
all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. And shot call to be known with them niggas letting shots off. Either that or the right hand to the top dog. Funny how we see vanity, not the lives lost. Can't be focused on a life that's hopeless. Out there pumping, not knowing the Lord will kill you for that hocus pocus. Used to roll with niggas that cook dope with weaponry. Same ones claim they love you, I had your life in jeopardy. And I know my mother wants success for me, but that G should take a girl straight to ecstasy. Remember running with bruh, even though we did the wrong thing. My life would've been a lot different if I fell up under Rob's wing. Was too sincere for a wicked game. Shame the Lord's name, now we afflicted with pain. All I ever wanted was to be respected by stand-up niggas, not knowing that them handcuffs custom made to fit. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. I ain't lying, I was close to dying. Knew I wanted to live, but I wasn't trying. I was defiant, not knowing that this ain't how we live. This just how they design it. Cause when you in them streets, you get more endemic. They don't tell you gonna be on papers and on restrictions. My father said a hard head'll make a soft ass. I didn't care, I wanted fear when I walked past. In a place where a black man's blood is cheap. I thank the Lord for the day I was on 8th Street. Pissing in the cup, back and forth to court. Flown to DC school, I swear it felt like I cried on that fucking porch. The Lord said, my sheep, they ain't hear my voice. Asked me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the world and I started running fast. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. Go ahead. All I wanted was to be a gangster. I.S.U.P.K until it hit the fan. I want power and a throne, nigga, fuck them grams. All I wanted was to be a gangster, but I was real as a righteous man. And now got the upper hand, gotta promote this brand. Correct whole multitudes until they all understand. If I can't get that crown, Lord, then put me in the hands of someone more mighty, make me this hit man. Reminiscing on the pain that was felt. Shit, I was in the jam. Shit, I needed help. But Swan was locked up and the judge put man on the shelf. Heavy crying cause it felt like I was left by myself. All I wanted was to impress niggas with my grinding. Now I ain't trying to prove shit to nobody but Muhammad. Cause most these niggas lie, pump smoke. One time for the most high, he made me a cutthroat. Cause all I ever wanted was to smash my opponents. Stacking cash, not knowing it wouldn't last. Then God, I hope you accept my atonement. Cause all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster.
Alright, Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West, 25th Street, Harlem, New York.
Voting ain't gonna help us, man.
YAHANNA.
Marching ain't gonna help us, man.
Israelite group.
Protesting ain't gonna help us, man.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me. Gray skies overhead, assessing looking likely. But I try to do the right thing like Spike Lee. And I talk to God, the one one and almighty. Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. Yeah.
Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. Have mercy on me. Man, this shit ain't no joke, man, this shit ain't no joke. Like the boy cried wolf, I ain't blowing no smoke. You don't gotta look far to see it ain't no hope in this fucked up world. I'm just trying to stay afloat. I grew up in the ghetto in the middle of the streets, H-E-L-L, the belly of the beast. Thanksgiving came around, I wasn't having no feast when the landlord talking about breaking out lease. Goddamn, what's next? My girl broke up with your boy and she did it in a text that if I couldn't have nothing that I could have love besides love for the money and selling these drugs. Sometimes it seems like it's the only way out, but every day I'm getting older and it's getting played out. Can't end up in the pen trying to find a way out. Lord, forgive me for my sins, for my heart gave out. My dad died, biggest loss I ever had to take. He a big part of the reason I'm the man I am today. And moving on was a move I wasn't trying to make, but I got sons now, so I gotta lead them not astray. And even though success is looking unlikely, I stay mighty and pray nightly and remain doing the right thing like Spike Lee, which is hard in this life for a nigga like me. All my life I had to fight like my name's Sophia. Always had heart and in my heart was no fear. Boy, I stayed in some trouble always stayed near. When you black in America, that's all you cold here, I can't lie. Some days I wanna break down and cry for me and my people that's fighting to stay alive. Cause living ain't living when you living to survive. Guess we living in hell till the heavens arrive. Nah, I mean,
What it's like for a nigga like me.
like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me.
Like me.
What it's like for a nigga like me. Gray skies overhead, success ain't looking likely, but I try to do the right thing like Spike Lee. And I talk to God, the one and almighty. Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. Yeah.
Lord, please have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me.
Have mercy on me. What it's like in this life for a nigga like me. Every day I gotta fight my demons. Wake up, thank God I'm breathing. Cause all nightmares, America's dreaming. Trying to find a way to make it while surrounded by heathens. No stress long as I got a coat and I'm eating. I'm blessed and I know the most high's the reason. But my heart's bleeding through my sleeve is seeping. For all the things that I've been peeping. Type of shit make you say fuck it and sleeping. Cause while you was sleeping during the evening, for brothers got gunned down over the weekend. Stretched out in the streets left leaking. Laid out white sheet, mom's grieving. All lives gotta have more meaning than another nigga dead in the paper I'm reading. Baby mama bitching every time that you're speaking. Talking like she gonna take the kids as she's leaving. How we go from kids to ending up in the deep end. Sink or swim, lose or win, saint or sin. Where does the change begin? And when does the bullshit end? Cause I wake up in the morning, gotta do it again. Go to sleep, go to work and just do it again. Damn. Can't pretend, cause when you stand out, it's hard to blend. And what I stand for, don't fold or bend. Cause I heard real folks still got too many friends. Cause when you speak the truth, then you tend to offend. So, while I'm gripping this pen, Lord, please have mercy on me, amen.
It's time for my people to come together and rise up. The only way we gonna take our royalty back, man, is if we do just that, man. Take it back. Kwame Yashala, nigga. Time for us to rise out of our oppression. A wise man told me each one teach one. So I need you to reach out to your brothers and sisters and teach them, man. There's no reason we should still be getting hung from trees in this day and age, man. Lord, please have mercy on me.
It doesn't say no stinking Christmas. It doesn't say Thanksgiving. And if my memory serves me right, roughly around 2-3 years ago, the Feast of Dedication fell on Thanksgiving. You understand? So in that fall winter time frame, but mainly dealing with the Feast of Dedication, it says right here that the Feast of Dedication, which we are celebrating for
We do it like that and we do it like this. We do it like that and we do it like this.
It was in the winter.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Swing low, Lord, get me out this plantation. I ain't on the block no more, no grams weighing. I don't even bed no hoes, my ribs stay in. Try to keep them humble and never run in the streets. My kids speaking Hebrew, so you know that I teach. It's hard, gotta hold on, trying to keep up the peace. I'm waiting on your son to return and cut off the beast. Till then, I'ma be in war mode and face east. I know I don't deserve a second chance, but I take it. That's why I don't sell dimes no more, and I don't blaze it. Satan still want me back, he gotta face it. Smoke don't touch these lungs, I'm feeling strong again. Lost a couple LBs, even started to jog again. I get suited up now, and I ain't talking about cardigans. Boots laced up in gear, ready for battle. The enemy is listening, Lord, but I ain't rattled. You made a nigga feel it, some niggas scared of their shadow. I'm seeing lost niggas in these groups on the tube. You could've put me with them, guess that's
mercy from you. You put me front of Jenna, YAHANNA, I can't lose. He took a drug dealer that probably should make the news and turned him to a prophet. My family is still confused. It seems they like the old me best. Sorry to say, I ain't gotta drop a old me left. So I pray that the slave master see death every day. I hear the bell toll and hope I'm the one chosen. And when that chariot swing low, Lord, let me roll in.
We love, man. You know what I'm saying?
We're doing this for Yahweh and Yahushua. Go to war for our people like Mordecai. I'm sorry for my sins and I deserve to die, but please swing low, sweet chariot, cause I wanna ride. Every day is a struggle just to stay alive. It's dark and hell is hot and I don't wanna feel the fire. I'm sorry for my sins and I deserve to die, but please swing low, sweet chariot, cause I wanna ride. Well, come on, come on, come on. Won't you please swing low, sweet chariot? Won't you please swing low, sweet chariot? What you know about sacrifice? Nothing, they bluffing. These niggas perpetrators, man of God, the shit is disgusting. I put my time in, while they ain't even applying. Through all the pain, hate, confusion, and the lying, I stay grinding with the heart of a lion. The strong through the storm till I found that silver lining. Without no pressure, there's no diamonds. I walked straight into the furnace of affliction for refining. Came a long way from stash of pills when I heard the sirens getting higher. Hold up, moment of silence.
You know what I'm saying? Because we love our oppressors so much.
Just a moment, y'all.
We love,
Cause that man is dead and deceased. Gained knowledge, found peace, shook the mark of the beast. Only fear God and not another man who bleeds. And if you roll with me, you already know my steez. I come through, give a death, they holler, what up, priest? Then I quick to chop a Christian with ease. Then I go and put the sword back in his sheath. I got one life to live, so I'm playing for keeps.
us. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not within our DNA. This is not in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? All these wicked holidays is not in the Bible, man. And we need to have a great understanding of exactly what we should be doing. You understand? And it starts, of course, with your brothers, man. You understand? Like, I mean, good night, man. All America wants to do is to take the black man out of the household, man. Right. You understand? That's their number one goal, because they know if they take the man out the household, that woman's going to think that she's the leader. And then what? Just like the scripture says, you know, the children are going to rule over her, man. You got that scripture? 1 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 4.
Come.
Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
One that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection.
Man, hold on. Read that from the top one more time.
Come. One that ruleth well his own house.
It says one that ruleth over his own house, man. You know what I'm saying? We need manly men in the household, man, because America does not care about the black man, Hispanic man, or Native Indian, man. They would rather see them locked up. They would rather see them being homosexuals, not following the Most High chosen laws. You know what I'm saying? They're selling drugs, whoring out our women, and not giving a damn about these and not give a damn about our true customs and our true high holy days, man. Read from top.
Come. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 4. One that ruleth well his own house,
Mm-hmm.
having his children in subjection with all gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5. For if a man know not how to rule his own house.
Man, it said, if a man knoweth not how to rule his own house. Keep going.
Come. How shall he take care of the church of Yahweh?
You know what I'm saying? How can he take care of the body of the congregation of the Most High, man? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you rule your own household, man? You know, that's a question, man. How do we truly rule our own household, man? You know what I'm saying? For time's sake, you know what I'm saying? We rule our own household by what, man? You know what I'm saying? Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? Understanding these high holy days, man. You know what I'm saying? Being a manly man and knowing that the women have no authority over you, man. Has no authority over you whatsoever, man. Let's read it from the top, verse 4 one more time.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 4. One that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God?
You understand? And man, good night, man. That, like we said before, man, our oppressor, that's their main goal, man, because they truly understand that brotherhood is truly a weapon, man. You know what I'm saying? And they understand that with brotherhood and with understanding and having a clear conscience and taking out everything that we learned in America and filling it with this with our Bible, you understand, which is our Bible, because of course the Bible is only for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You know what I'm saying? They know that that's going to harm them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they understand that a true priest that's in the household, he's going to make sure that everything is in order, man. You know what I'm saying? And taking it back to the Maccabees, which we're going to get into a little later, you know what I'm saying? Like, those brothers, man, those brothers made sure, you know what I'm saying, those 7 brothers and that mother, man, they made sure, you know what I'm saying, that they were going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they made sure that they were not going to eat pork, man. You know what I'm saying? And they were willing to die, man. They were willing to die, man, for their physical brothers, man, by not eating pork, man. You know what I'm saying? And showing that that ruler of the Greeks at that time, Antiochus, that they were no cowards, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wanted to make sure that the Most High knew exactly what they were up for, and they were willing to die, man, for their physical brothers, man. They were willing to die for the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's a spirit, of course, within Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that we have to have, man. You know what I'm saying? We have to make sure that on these corner stores, man, because trust and believe, on every corner store that we have in the ghettos and in the hoods, they have every corner store, man. And what they have in those corner stores, man, just filled with pork, man. Filled with all this pork, man. Filled with all abomination, man. Just filled with, and then it's ran by the East Indian, man, yo. Like, we have them in our hoods, man. Like, we have what's them other ones? The Chinese restaurants. Like, you about to say another store?
I was like, bodegas,
Right. Oh, yeah. I mean, like, that as well too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have all these abominable things in our own hoods, man. Just imagine if one community at a time was to say, you know what, we're not going to that corner store, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand that all they have in there is pork, and you know what, we're not gonna do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna build up our own land, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we're going to have our own farms, man. Just imagine, man, what that would do to one community, man. Just imagine what that would do, man. But of course, who does it have to be ran by, man? It has to be ran by a manly man, yo. A true righteous man. You know what I'm saying? Because when a woman is in authority, man, who knows what's going to happen, man? Who knows what's going to happen, man? You know what I'm saying? But going back to that story, man, once again, man, they were very, very courageous, man, in showing, you know what I'm saying, that they truly that they truly cared about the Most High, man, that they truly cared about their brothers, man. And that mother, man, good night, man. I mean, like, every time, you know what I'm saying, like, we read this story, man, every time I physically read this story, man, I mean, man, good night, man. It just shows, man, that the spirit that was in that sister, man, that dwells in the spirit of the sisters here in the I.S.U.P.K, man. It's same well for them brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the brothers here in the I.S.U.P.K, man, we are truly willing to die for one another, man. We are truly willing to set forth and say, you know what? I'm next. You understand? I'm next. No. Shalaki, sir. Let me take this bullet for you, sir. No. Shalaki, I got it. No. You know what? Chupa, sit back, man. I'm going to take this bullet for you, man. You understand? That's what it truly comes down to, man. Are you willing to die for your brother, man? Are you willing to die for your brethren, man? Are you? Or are you going to do what? Are you going to stick within America, man? Are you going to stick within America and say, oh, you know what? Hey, man, you know what? I give up, man. You know what I'm saying? I just give up. I'm a coward. I'm weak. I don't have no zeal. My zeal done left me, you know. You come into the truth, you all zealous. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, time at the time, you know, it's just like, oh, man, you know, my zeal going down. My zeal going down. My zeal going down. Then what? Oh, man, I don't feel like doing nothing. I don't feel like coming to class. I can't make it to camp. I can't check in. Right. No, man, brother, man. Continue to do exactly what you've been doing, man. Continue that zeal up, man. Be more zealous, man. And best believe, man, know the ones that labor amongst you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because those brothers, they know exactly what you're going through, man. And they know exactly how to help you to overcome exactly what you're going through, man. You sound like these brothers here in the I.S.U.P.K, man, they are not going to say something to you that's going to harm you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it may be something that you don't want to hear. You understand? That happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be stuff that you do not want to hear at all, man. But best believe that it's going to save your life literally, man. It's going to save your life literally, man. If we can drop that and we can go to 1 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 18. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, get down. 1 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 18.
Come. 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightiest war.
Let's get it from the top.
Come. This is 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightiest war a good warfare.
You know what I'm saying? And how can you as far as brothers, you know what I'm saying, be of good for a warfare, man? How can you do that, man? True Bashar, how can you be ready, you know what I'm saying, in layman's terms, how can you be ready for warfare, man? It's one of your favorite sayings, man. I'm gonna give you a hint. Hey, man, you know, that's a start, man. You know what I'm saying? And to just go a little bit more deeper into it, man. Standing up, man, for what you truly love, man. You know what I'm saying? Standing up for these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Standing side by side, man, warring with your brother at camp, man. Standing side by side, man, grooming other brothers, man. Grooming other sisters, man. Standing side by side by them, knowing exactly what they're going through, and knowing that you have the antidote. And of course, if you don't have the antidote, what? Of course, we have rank order in this school, man. You know what I'm saying? Not one person, of course, you know what I'm saying? Of course, just I'm use myself as, it's like I'm use myself as an example. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know everything, man. Preaching Officer Mardai, you do not know everything, man. I would say that blankly and straight to the point, man. But the Most High has given us that rank and order structure, man. So what? So we'll be able to go to the men above us, man. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be able to get those answers, man, that has just been mind-gobbling us, man. It's been like, oh, man, you know what? I can't think of that right now, but I know somebody's going to pick up the phone. I know I can depend on Officer Natazar, Officer Dawada, Officer Natazar Gabar, Officer Bun. You know what I'm saying? I can look up to those brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what we have to do, you know what I'm saying, to be able to get the full benefit of ourselves, man. Let's read that scripture from the top.
1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by the mightiest war a good warfare.
Mm-hmm. And 9 out of 10 times, man, You know what I'm saying? That war is within yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Just having that lazy spirit, man, not wanting to do anything. You know what I'm saying? That war is 9 out of 10 times, like I said, is within yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that of course you have to fight, you know what I'm saying? But once again, man, we have counselors in this school, man. You know what I'm saying? We have brothers in here, man, that give excellent advice, man. Go to the men above you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because of course we surely don't want to see you die, man. But you know what I'm saying? What we do want to see, we want to see that same zeal in you being humble and say, you know what, I need help with this. You know what I'm saying? But I know that my Adawan is going to be able to help me out with everything that I do have going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Because of course, anybody in this world can be great, man. I mean, like you have LeBron James, you have Creflo Dollar, you have John Gray, you have Joel Osteen, man. They're just great, man. You know what I'm saying? But are they willing to take a bullet for you, man? That's the question that you have to ask yourself, man. If LeBron James was to come in the school right now, will he be willing to take a bullet for you, man? You know what I'm saying? If Dwayne Wade, with his homosexual son, if he comes into the school right now, you have to ask yourself, will he be willing to take a bullet for you, man? If Creflo Dollar, John Gray, all these famous pastors was to be able to come into the Israelite School and Universal Practical Knowledge, will they be willing to take a bullet for you, man? That's what you have to think about, man, when you are dealing with worldly people, man. Are they willing to die for you, man? Right. That's the question you have to ask yourself, like, man, good night, man. I'm hanging around this person. They smoke weed. They seem cool. Oh, that's my coworkers. Oh, you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with them. No, man. You have to ask the question, if I was in a life and death situation, will this brother, will this sister step forward and say, you know what? I got you, sis. I got you, brother. I'm going to take this bullet for you, man. Are you willing to die for that next brother, man? Right. You understand? I know me, you understand? Like, good night, man. We have troopers in this school, man, that I would step forward with that bullet and take that bullet for them, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, we got Ashaya Allah, man. We got Trooper Shar, Trooper Kazak Shapar, Trooper Mataya Allah, Trooper Amawad, man. And all these young men, man, you know what I'm saying, that's coming up within the school, man. And I will gladly take that bullet for them, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I know exactly what it takes, you know what I'm saying? And I know exactly that the men above me, you know what I'm saying, that they'll be willing to take that bullet for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we are in this war together, man. You know what I'm saying? We are warring together, man. And that's a question that you truly have to ask yourself, man. Are your homeboys and your homegirls willing, and your family members, let's bring that up as well too, man. You know what I'm saying? Because your family members, man, I mean, man, that's your family, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man, my mom, she gave birth to me, man. Oh, you know, like, that's my pops, man. But are they willing to take a bullet for you, man? That's a question that you truly have to ask yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, you know what I'm saying, when it does come to faith, man, you know what I'm saying, like, you have to put the works into this, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't sit and observe, man. Like, oh, okay, well, you know, that brother's doing excellent things, man. You know, like, that sister over there, she's, you know, like, she's doing a tawab job. It's just like, we got a question.
That's why the scriptures say faith without work is dead.
Right, come. You know what I'm saying? And what I said is just so evident and so true, and it's so not seen in the Christian church, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, their faith is, oh, you know what? I'm going to get all the money that I can, and I'm going to look down upon my people and say, you know what? Oh, I have the money. Now I want your money. For what? So we can do what? So we can make the Jewish man richer than he already is, man. What does the Jewish man truly need, man? The Jewish man don't need anything, man. Right. They own the Diamond District. They own Hollywood. They have their own police force. What do they truly need, man? You know what I'm saying? And when you're in these Christian churches, man, like, that's the type of question that you have to ask yourself, man. Is this Christian pastor willing to die for me? Not, man, I would say 9 out of 10 times, man. And blatantly 10 out of 10 times, they're going to say no, man. You understand? They are going to say no, you understand? Because they're filled with pride and lust and deceit, man. Over who? Over the people that they're supposed to be nurturing and taking care of, man. These Christian pastors and these fake Israelite groups, man, they don't give a damn about their people, man. They're not willing to die for them, man. They're willing to die, but they will be willing to die for money. They will be willing to die over some box. You understand? I'll never forget that story, man. It happened a few years ago up in Detroit, man, where a pastor, he was sleeping with a brother's wife. You know what I'm saying? And of course, the wife was in the church, and the brother, he had came to confront the pastor, man, and the pastor shot him in the church. In the church. So riddle me this. You understand? Riddle me this. Why first one, why does that pastor, which is supposedly, you know, like supposedly supposed to be protected by God, why does he have a gun inside the church, man? If the Christians say, oh, you know, like the Most High, he's my shield, he's my protection, so why does he need a gun then? And not only that, he was sleeping with another man's wife. So he was in the wrong. And of course, like any man would do, he's going to confront him and say, oh, you know, like, oh, man, brother, are you sleeping with her? You understand? And man, what does a pastor do, man? He takes the coward route without even speaking to the brother, man, and shoot and kills his own brother, man. All over some box, man. All over some pussy, shalagi. All over some box, man. No, man, that is not an honorable brother, man. That is not an honorable brother, and I would not be and I would not want to be side by side by him in warfare, man.
Right.
Not at all, man, because he's a coward, and he's going to run to his wife and just another story here in Greenville, South Carolina. Of course, you know what I'm saying, like we got the controversial John Gray down here, you know what I'm saying, that bought his wife a $500,000 Lamborghini truck, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And to make insult to injury, what he was really doing was he was giving her that truck so she wouldn't say anything about him being a child molester, man. You got a 13-year-old daughter pregnant, man. 13, man. Not even a teenager, man. You know what I'm saying? We all understand where that comes from, man. Those sexual deviances, man, that has been trickled down from the Roman Catholic Church, man. And it's just so rampant within the black community, man. It's just rampant it's just like, oh, okay, well, hey, I mean, I'm gonna be a molester, she gonna be a molester, everybody gonna be a molester, man. Within our community, man. I mean, like, think about how hard they push it on the black community only, man. They just push it on us, man. They just push it on us and pushing on us and pushing us to what? Oh, like, we just accept it now. Oh, you know, over Johnny over there, oh, yeah, he a molester. But he does stay around the corner. No, man, that should not be accepted, man. Because if we get in this Bible and we clear our mindset and we get all that garbage out, man, we'll be able to conquer the world, man. And we wouldn't have to depend on our oppressor, man. At all. We wouldn't have to depend on him at all, man. Let's get that scripture from the top again.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou, by the mightiest war and good warfare,
Keep going.
holding faith and a good conscience.
You know what I'm saying? It's that holding faith, man, and having that good conscience, man, man. I mean, like, think about the Greeks, man. Back in the think about that Greek ruler, man. That was over the Jews, man. That King Antiochus, man. They love pork, man. And just to show you how biblical and how this is to the day, man. What is going on in the black community right now, man? Sorry, go ahead, take a shot at it. What's happening now in the black community now that was going on in the Greek time, dealing with the pork? Or anybody online can answer that as well too. And
What's the exact question?
so the question is, what's going on now in the black community? Because of course, you know, dealing with the Maccabees, you know, the Greek, how they try to force pork down, you know, those 7 brothers in that mother. What's going on now in the black community dealing with pork, man? You understand? Because that's just contrary with what's going on right now, is it not? That's exactly how you know that this Bible, this Bible is so evident. You know what I'm saying?
Are you referring to how like pork is found in all types of food?
Yeah.
All types of candy and stuff, like just pork is found in everything?
Right. Yeah, that. But think about the time frame that we're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the time frame that we're in right now. Shar, you want to take a shot?
We got people who got us Gentile Israelites that don't know. You know, they eat pork from the rooter to the tutor.
Mm-hmm. That too. Yeah, that's right too. But man, like I'm looking for something, man. It's gonna be like, think about, okay, let me look at this. You know, think about, you know, of course, you know, we're talking about the Feast of Dedication, Chaanakah, you understand? And of course, that main thing was what? It was because those brothers and that mother, they did not eat pork. You understand? And of course, we're trying to correlate into today's time, around the holidays, what's happening right now. On this day, Christmas Eve, or quote unquote Christmas Eve. Think about it. Come on, man. Somebody got to read my mind on this one, man. We was in the world once, man. Come on now, man. Think about it, man. I'm going to give y'all a couple more moments, man. You want to take another shot?
I take another shot.
It's like, if you could.
They have little festivities with white rice and chitlins and.
You said chitlins. That was exactly what I was looking for. That chitlins, that chitlins is getting unthawed right now. That chitlins is getting prepared right now, man. Come on, man. Tell me that this is not biblical, man. They are preparing those what? Those stinking pig guts, man. It's unthawing right now, man. Is it not? You understand? Is it not, man? That just shows to tell you, man, that this Bible is real, man, and that this Bible is prophetic, man, and exactly what was going on way back in the Maccabees is happening right now, man. That's why the Bible says, "Come out of her," man. We have to come out of all these heathen customs, man. We have to make sure that we are not throwing out those nasty, disgusting chitlins, man. And they just stink, man. Like, how can anybody eat chitlins, man? Chitterlings, man? I mean, just for me, man, just the smell of them just makes me puke, man. Just makes me just want to throw up, man. Come on now. Israel, man, we got to wake up, man. You know, like, we have to realize, man, that these true priests and prophets in the I.S.U.P.K. under Command General YAHANNA, we are here to save your life, man. Right. Literally, man. Because what's going to happen after you eat those chitlins, Shar? Or anybody online as well too. And think about that as, you know, the outcome of eating pork or eating all these abominable things, pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Just really think about it, what happens after all this is done. And I'll give you some time to think about it. And of course, if anybody online has that question as well too, you know, just butter it out, sir, if you don't mind, sir.
We die.
We die. You know what I'm saying? But what do we die? But what do we die from, though? What do we die from, though? High blood pressure, diabetes, strokes, heart attack, all over what? All over pork, man. And we got to realize, man, that those brothers in the Maccabees, man, they were willing. They already knew that, of course, that eating pork will lead to all of this, man. They knew that eating pork will lead up to them dying, man. So you know what they did? Like Officer Dawud did yesterday in class. I'm ready to die. Right. Kill me right now. Because I'm not going to eat that pork because I know exactly what's going to happen to me, man. And that's exactly what we have to do now in today, man. You cannot tell me that this Bible is not correlating with today, man. Because if we eat pork, we're going to die. And that's exactly how blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians should look at it this day, man.
That's right.
If we eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, you're going to die.
Right.
If you have the understanding, and of course, if you did not have the understanding before, you're saying no sweat, man. But now, if you are tuning into this class and you eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, you should fear the Most High, man. Because you know that eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, and you can find that in the in our idolatry laws in the book of Leviticus. Of course, if you need it, just contact us. You understand? Like, we'll get you lined up perfectly straight with that, man. But that should give you much zeal and much understanding, man. That man. So you telling me I can't eat pork because brothers way back before I was even thought of, they stood strong and they died for their brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew that this day, today, was going to happen, man. Where chitlins is getting unthawed, man. So like, I cannot stand them chitlins, man. So like, every time I hear somebody say chitlins, I want to literally throw up in my mouth, man. I literally want to throw up and say, oh man, how can you do this to yourself? How can you do this to yourself, man? You understand? So hopefully everybody understands that by now. So let's go ahead and drop that. Let's go ahead and go to 1 John chapter 4 and verse 5, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get in, we're gonna try to touch it into the Maccabees, man. Hopefully, you understand. But of course, if you did not tune into Officer Dawah classes yesterday, and of course the general has been bringing out all through this time, man. Like, make sure you go back and watch the classes, man. Listen, man, that class that Officer Dawah taught yesterday, man, it reminded me literally of how General Muhammad broke it down, man. You understand? So go back and watch that class, man. You understand? Monday night, day 4 of Chaanakah, man. You understand? And of course, you know what I'm saying, today, you know what I'm saying, we're correlated into brotherhood, man. You know what I'm saying? Because brotherhood is going to help us overcome America, man. Brotherhood is going to help us overcome these heathen customs, man. Because if not, who's going to do it, man? Can you depend on your pastor? Can you depend on these fake Israelite groups? No, you can't. Because all they doing is smoking weed and thinking that they know everything, man. When they don't know a damn thing, man. And that just makes me mad, man. You understand? Because we have brothers and sisters that actually looking up to them for guidance and for help and for assistance in what they do. Smoke weed, get confused, come up with all these theologies, and come up with the Bible on their own understanding. And then what, man? A brother and sister is what? Misled. They say it again? Misled. They just misled, and you hit it right on point. They are misled, man. Why, man? Because a coward did not want to come into the ranks of the I.S.U.P.K under command of YAHANNA. He wanted to do it his own way, and then what? He's just misleading the Most High chosen people. He's just misleading his kids. He's misleading his nation. All because of pride, man. It's just like these Christian pastors as well too, man. They don't give a damn about the Most High chosen people, man. Because just like they're unthawing that Portland, I mean, like those chitlins, Shalaki, man. I don't even want to say it now, man. You know what I'm saying? Those chitlins, man. You know, like, what's gonna happen that next Sunday? What they gonna have? They gonna have pork chops, man. Pass the pork chop, man. Like, that's what we get. Pass the pork chop, man. Good night, man. They are going to have all these pork, man. I was looking online on Facebook the other day, man. And these, I mean, like, man, it's to the T, man, where they literally have our brothers and sisters thinking that this shrimp, crab, and lobster is a delicacy, man. I mean, like, people get on Facebook. I mean, and I know everybody that's tuning in, and you know everybody that's in the class right now. We done seen it ourselves, man. We're like the brothers and sisters. They just eat the corn. Oh, you know, sop it within the juice. They get that filthy crab, crab leg. They break it open and they eat it. And then what they do? They get the shrimp. You know what I'm saying? And then what they do? They sop it within the juice and then they eat it. And man, and good night, man. To make insult to injury, man. And this just made me cringe, man. And this is exactly how I knew that these fake Israelite groups, that they did not care about our brothers and sisters, man. I seen a sister that's quote unquote Israel, quote unquote, a part of what's that Israelite group? Saints of Christ. So she has good night, man. I'm trying not to laugh, man, because it makes me so mad, man. But good night. I have to laugh, you know what I'm saying, to get my anger out, man. You know what I'm saying? And but she had a shrimp broil, you know what I'm saying, with shrimp, you know, crab and lobster. And of course she's feeding it to her kids, but she says, "Oh, you know what? I don't eat the pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. I'm just gonna take the corn and sop it up and eat the corn." So hold on, time out. So you telling me you have all this stuff marinating in this? You think that you're not going to taste, you know what I'm saying, that shrimp? Damn these other fake Israelite groups, man. You know what I'm saying, for leading our, just like Trooper Sar saying, just for leading our people astray, man, misleading them, man, thinking that, oh, you know what, I can cook the shrimp broil for my kids because they don't have the understanding that I have. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to eat the corn out of it. I'm gonna eat the potatoes out of it, and then what? I'm going to feed my kids abomination. I'm going to let my kids feast on what's so-called a delicacy, man. Good night, man. Good night, man. Good night, man. How wicked of these fake Israelite groups, man.
Right.
They are just wicked, man, and they don't care about the Most High chosen people. You know what they'll do? They'll rather see their brother and sister die than to uplift them, man, like we're doing here in the I.S.U.P.K, man, under Command General YAHANNA, man. That's what they'll rather do, man. They don't give a damn about their people, man. To just be able to say, just to be able to look at them and say, oh, you know what? Oh, you know what, sis? It's okay for you to eat that. You know what I'm saying? It's okay for you to feed your kids that because they don't have an understanding of it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what? But you be an example to them so they can see you not do it, and then they'll not do it, man. No, man. No, man. Not at all, man. Not at all, man. Blah, You understand? We have to make sure, man, that we're doing what, man? We're holding on to the traditions of the Most High, man. And we have to have an understanding, man, that eating pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster, it is abominable to the Most High, man. That's what we have to truly realize, man. And once we get that realization, and once we get that understanding, then what, man? We're going to have that clear conscience, man. Then we're going to be able to just go away with America and feed in what's within our true culture, what's within our true identity. You know what I'm saying? What's within our true DNA, man. That's what we have to look forward to, man. That's exactly what we have to look forward to here in America, man. Because if not, man, ooh-wee, America the Great. You understand? Good night, man. What scripture you at now?
So like we're at 1 John 4 and verse 5.
All right.
It's the book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 5.
You know what? Let's start at verse 1. Let's just, hopefully, man, I'll be able to get through these scriptures, man. But let's go ahead and start at verse 1, all right?
Come. 1 John chapter 4. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God.
Ooh-wee. Good night. So what you supposed to do, Shar? You supposed to try those every spirits, man, and see that they are of the Most High, man. Let's read that from the top, man.
Come. Chapter 4. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God.
And you understand? We have to make sure, man, that we are challenging our Christian pastors, man, that we are challenging these fake ABC camps, man. We have to make sure, and of course, if you are in them and you're trying to get out, challenge them, man. Ask questions, man, that they'll be able to not to answer, man. So you'll be able to get out, and then what you're doing, just like the scripture is saying, man, you are trying their spirits, man, to see if they are truly about what they say, man. Keep reading.
Come. Because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
Man, because many false prophets as we are seeing here today within these fake Israelite groups, within the Christian church, within Egyptology, Kemet, all these atheists, man, you know what I'm saying? They are doing what, man? They are trying to mislead the Most High chosen people, man. Keep reading.
Hereby know ye spirits of God.
Mm-hmm.
Every spirit that confesses that Christ is come in the flesh is of God.
Keep going.
And every spirit that confesses not that Christ is come in the flesh is not of God. And that spirit and Antichrist, whereof ye have heard that should come.
Keep going.
And even now already is it in the world.
Keep on reading down, all the way down to verse 5.
Come on. Verse 4. Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he.
Take your time.
Than he that is in the world. Verse 5. They are of the world.
You know what I'm saying? All these Christian pastors, man, all these fake Israelite groups, man, they are in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go back to some of our classes, and of course within the I.S.U.P.K as a whole, man. Just look up I.S.U.P.K one body, man, and you'll be able to get a proper breakdown of how we are separate of that world, man. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that's in this Bible, man, we are upholding, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are of the world, man. You know what I'm saying? But us, of course, man, you know what I'm saying? We are doing the work, man. Because just like the scripture said up there in 1 Timothy, man, you know what I'm saying? That faith, man, you know what I'm saying? That faith, it comes with work, man. You know what I'm saying? And how are we able to do the work, man? Because we have a clear conscience, man, to understand that our people are living in the most hellish condition, man, that we have ever seen, man. You know what I'm saying? I brought it out last week in that documentary on Netflix 13th, man, of how they are saying, man, that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the ones that are in jail right now, almost quadruples the number of people that were enslaved, man. Quadruple, man. You know what I'm saying? Now it's to the point where, of course, now, you know what I'm saying, like, we are just slaves mentally, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not as far as getting physically beat, in which we are, of course, due to police brutality, man. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to a mental state, man, like, our oppressor have the mental state on lock, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's so right, man. You know what I'm saying? For a brother and sister that come into the I.S.U.P.K to be able to shed themselves of the world, man. You know what I'm saying? And shed themselves of the world properly, man, and righteously, man. Because if not, man, what's going to happen, man? You're going to find yourself with your family, unthawing them chitlins, and what they're going to do, man, they're going to try to deceive you and try to get you just to get a little bit of piece of that chitlins. Just get a little piece of that ham. Get a little piece of all these abominable things that have pork in it unknowingly, man. So that's why we truly have to do our research and understand, man, that our deceiver, man, he's truly here to steal, kill, and destroy, man. Destroy the Most High chosen people, man, just like the scripture says, man. Read verse 5 again.
Come. Verse 5. They are of the world. Therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them.
You understand? Because, man, listen, man, our oppressor, man, you know what I'm saying, that European, man, yo, he does not care about us, man. You know what I'm saying? He wants us to be selling drugs on the corner, man. He wants us to be drug dealers. He wants us to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. He wants us to whore out our woman. He wants whores and whoremongers, man. He wants us to be up in the strip clubs throwing money, man. These are the things that they want us to do, man. But of course, man, you know what I'm saying, we have to make sure that we come out of her and we get a better understanding of these scriptures, man. And that can only be done by a priest and prophet here in the I.S.U.P.K, man. Only, man. Because if not, man, you're going to be misled, man. Just like Trooper Shar said earlier, man. You're going to be misled, and you're not going to have no understanding of the Bible, man. You understand? And another thing, of course, man, going back to the story of Maccabees, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to get to it, man. I just kind of want to just pull these precepts so we can get an understanding, man. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors, man. You know what I'm saying? Were in there, man. You know what I'm saying? And they showed courageous strength, man. You know what I'm saying? And they were just very, 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 very courageous, and they showed so much zeal, man, that we should be able to get some zeal out of these stories, man. You know what I'm saying? We should be able to get some strength from our ancestors, man, because our strength does come from our ancestors, man. You know what I'm saying? Because reincarnation is real, and it's in the Bible, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need to have an understanding of, man. You know what I'm saying? Reincarnation is real, and it's in the Bible, man. But once again, man, that's not being taught within your Christian church, man. That's not being taught within these fake Israelite groups, man. Why? Because they want to deceive you, man. Just like our oppressor, man, deceive you, man. Just like how the scripture says, man, his words is softer than butter, man. You know what I'm saying? But war is in his heart, man. Right. Meaning, man, you know what I'm saying? They want to be war with the Most High chosen people. And how do they do it, man? In this day, they do it from a psychological standpoint, man. They want to make sure that you're mind fucked, man. Should like for my language, man. But that's their true duty. You know what I'm saying? But we have to realize that we have a duty as well too, man. We have a duty to do what, man? Mind fuck them. You understand? Right. We have to make sure that we mind fuck them, knowing what? That we know this Bible, and we know that we're not supposed to be eating pork at all, man. And let's give it up to them brothers, man, and that mother, man. You know what I'm saying? Because them right there, man, you know what I'm saying? We need to realize, man, that they are dwelling here within the I.S.U.P.K, man, because they were truly straight up and they were just straight up one West, and they showed that they were no cowards, man. And what we need to do, of course, man, just like the general said, man, we need to go to our family members and show them that we are no cowards, man. And show them that we are not going to eat pork, man. Show them that we are going to hold on to the traditions that they did, that they did in the Maccabee days, man. That's what we have to truly do, man. We need to have that understanding and grasp to it, man. We have to hearken diligently, man. I mean, truly, man. We truly have to hearken diligently unto the Most High law, statutes, and commandments, man. And that's how you truly and by you doing that, you're showing that, you know what? I'm willing to die for my brother, man. If it truly comes down to it, man, I'm willing to die for my brother, man. All over what, man? All over some pork, man? Oh, man, no sweat, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have that register in your mind, man, that, you know what? Before you, it was brothers that died, man, for not eating pork, man. That's what you have to live up to, man. Are you willing? And that's a question that you have to ask yourself, man. Are you willing to live up to what the brothers and mother did there in Maccabees, man? That's what you truly have to ask yourself, man. Are you willing to die for your brethren, man? Truly, are you willing to die for them, man? Because if not, man, you know what? No sweat, man. No sweat at all, man. We don't need you in here, man. If you're a coward, why do we need you in here, man? When we know this story here in the Maccabees, man, that they were no cowards, man. And all these stories here within the Bible, man, they are now no cowards whatsoever, man. Like, look at the book of Job, man. That brother went through some most treacherous things, man. Lost everything. But you know what? He proved that he wasn't no coward, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he showed, you understand, that he's not going to let the oppressor mislead him and mind fuck him, man. That's what he did, man. And we need more brothers and sisters like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Here within the righteous rulership of Commander General YAHANNA, man. That's exactly what we need, man. We don't need no damn coward, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know what I'm saying, we have, you know what I'm saying, the Hebrew Academy coming up, man. You know what I'm saying? Contact your camp leader, man. You know what I'm saying? Do exactly any and everything that you'll be able to do to be able to be a participant in the Hebrew Academy, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's truly going to show you you know what I'm saying, not to get a little bit deep into it, you know what I'm saying, it's going to show you how much a brother you truly are to your other brothers, man. Let's go ahead and drop that. Let's go ahead and go to Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. And Shalaya, Officer Down. Of course, you know, you can, you know, jump in whatever you please, sir. And of course, if we do got any questions, you know, just let me know, sir, and we'll be able to, you know, tackle those accordingly. Yeah, Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. Just go ahead and start reading when you got it.
The book of Romans chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written after time. This is a lot. Let me start that.
Take your time.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
We're doing what?
They were written for our learning.
They were written for our learning, man. Meaning, man, the story of Maccabees, man, you know what I'm saying? Of course, when those 7 brothers, man, they died, man, a courageous death, man. You know what I'm saying? They died to the point where they were just willingly dying, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this scripture is saying, like, man, that story right there, it was written for our learning here today, man. So we'll be able to learn from that, man, and not bow down to our oppressor when it comes down to these wicked holidays, man, and eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, man, and do all these abominable things, kissing up under the mistletoe, and all these abominable things, man. Read it from top. Take your time.
Romans 15, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Mm-hmm. It was written for our learning, man. Keep going.
That we, through patience and comfort.
It says through patience, man. You know what I'm saying? Through patience and comfort. Keep reading.
Of the scriptures might have hope.
That we may have hope, man. You know what I'm saying? We have hope, man, knowing that was written in the Old Testament and in the Apocrypha, man, that we have hope, man, that this day that we're living here right now in disgusting America, that we have hope, man, because we understand our dietary laws. You understand? Like, we understand the story of the Maccabees, man. You understand? We understand exactly what they went to. So what, man? We have to learn from that, man. You understand? Like, we have to understand that these scriptures, man, are for us and us only, man. Just like FUBU, man. For us, by us, man. This Bible is for us and it's by us, man. It's for us, by us, man. And it's only for us, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, of course, man. We should all understand that by now, man. For us, by us, man. And that's what we have to listen to, man. And that's what we have to grasp to, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what we have to break that stigma of America and realize, man, you know what? Damn, I don't know anything, man. And it's totally fine without knowing anything, man. Forget it, man. Humble yourself, man. As Captain Kaltazar says, show some decorum, Mark. You know what I'm saying? Show some decorum, get in class, and learn, man. How do you think that they learn? How you think that Commander General YAHANNA learned? How you think that General Hyman learned? How you think all the other generals, all the captains, and all the officers that are above me learned, man? How? They got into these scriptures, man. They got in classes, man. That's what we have to do, man. That's exactly what we have to do, man. That's exactly what we have to do, man. You know what I'm saying? We have to make sure that we are learning from the men above us, man. You said that we are learning and that we are that kind person, man. You said that's what we have to do, man. You can get that from the top.
Come. Romans 15, verse 4. Whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
You know what I'm saying? We may have hope, man. Let's go ahead and drop down. Let's go ahead and get Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 20, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to realize, man, that everything that was going on, you know what I'm saying, within the Maccabees, it's going on to today, man. It's going on today. I can, you two out read? All right, because if not, I can definitely get it, man. Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 20. Go ahead. Just take your time, Shar.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 20. The breath of our nostrils, the anointed of the Lord, was taken in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen.
You understand? Meaning this exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we learn, you know what I'm saying, within this Bible, man, it was snatched away from the heathen, man, to the point where we love our heathen so much, man. We love the heathen so much, man, that what, man? We will celebrate Thanksgiving, man, how abominable it was done to the Native American Indians, man. To now where we're about to celebrate Christmas as far as a nation, and we brought it out. I believe it was a couple classes ago where America, they spent what was it, like $7.4 billion, man, just in that one day, man. Online shopping, man, that was just done online, man. $7.4 billion, man. Good night, man. Right. $7.4 billion in one day. Just imagine the circulation that's going on within a year, man. You know what I'm saying? And when I think about that, I think about Black Wall Street, man. Out there in Tulsa, Oklahoma, man. How they had their own community, man. How they had their own airports, man. How they had their own banks. How they had their own businesses, man. And they were circulating money, man, to a point where they didn't have to do anything outsourced at all, man. You say, just imagine what we'll be able to do with just $1 billion, man. Right. Not alone 7.4 billion. That what we're doing. We're making the rich richer, man. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what we're doing, man. You know what we're doing with that? We're making the Jewish man richer, man. What we doing? We're making the European man richer, man. We're making the Japanese richer, man. We're making the Africans richer, man. That's exactly what we're doing, man. To the hell with these other nations, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the Bible also says in Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6, man, that we are a holy people, man, and that we should be separate, man, from all these other nations that are upon the face of the earth, man. And that's biblical, man, and that's so true, man, because we are seeing it as soon as we walk outside, man. We understand that our people, that we are truly in hell, man, and our people, we are truly, man, not listening to the Most High, man. We are truly not in the I.S.U.P.K, man, because if we were, man, we will be completing our 90 days, man. We will be getting our Hebrew names, man. And what does that show? That shows that we are truly shedding ourselves from the world, man. Just like what? Just like those 7 brothers did and that mother did in the Maccabees, man. That's what we're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, another thing, man, is our language, man. Let's go and get Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 9, man. You know what I'm saying? Because within that Maccabee story, man, it shows about how they spoke of their own language, man. Meaning, man, that they were speaking what? That Lashon Kadash, man, that holy tongue, man. You know what I'm saying? They were making sure that although that they were in Greek captivity, that what, man? That they were still abiding in the Most High law, statutes, and commandments, and also understanding that what they speak, that's not what we speak, man. You know what I'm saying? We speak the Lashon Kadash, man. You know what I'm saying? And that happened through our what, man? That happened out through the Assyrian captivity, the Babylon captivity, the Roman captivity, and what? And even in the Greek captivity, that was happening within the Maccabees, man. Exactly, man. So what did they do, man? They knew that they were going to die, man. Those 7 brothers in that mother, they knew that they were going to die, man. But they did give you bits and pieces of how they knew their native tongue, man. That's how they knew that their native tongue. Go ahead, read that if you don't mind, sir.
Come. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
For then will I turn to the people of a pure language.
Of that pure language, man. What's that pure language, man? Once again, that pure language is that Lashawan Kadash, man. That holy tongue, man. That tongue, you understand? That is of course, you understand? We get free classes on the Lashawan Kadash every Friday, man. Tune in, man, and make sure that you get an understanding of how, man, of how to truly understand your native tongue, man. I mean, like, just like Trooper Shaw, man, like he's going to be an excellent excellent scholar in that Lashawan Kadash, man. Trooper Kazak Shapar, he's another one, man. He's going to be an excellent scholar within that Lashawan Kadash, man. Trooper Shaw, man, just for time's sake, man, like just let them know a little some of the words that you learned, you know what I'm saying, while you were in Officer Dawada, and of course when he wasn't in, I was able to feel informed. Just let them know and just speak some of that Lashawan Kadash just a little bit off the dome. Just from your memory, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we have to realize, man. Here in the I.S.U.P.K, man, we are training up soldiers, man. You know what I'm saying? We are training up soldiers to understand their native tongue, man. Go ahead.
Akkad, Shanya, Shalash, Arabah, Kamash, Shashah, Shabbat.
Let's take it back, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's take it back some, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, like, tell them exactly what it is. I mean, like, tell them, you know what I'm saying, like, what you're speaking and then exactly what it means.
Halak. That means walk. As a word I use daily within my messages with the Akims.
Mm-hmm.
Akim, brothers. Mayam. That's water. So much bayat. That means home. Bayat, house. So many more. I use more daily, but I really can't think right now.
Yeah, ain't no sweat, man. And that's exactly, you know what I'm saying, man. Like, I mean, like, give it up to Officer Dawada. I know, like, he don't like to take no praise, you know what I'm saying, but, you know what I'm saying, but, like, he got that Lashawan Kadash class on point, you know what I'm saying, and of course, when he was not able to, you know, like, as far as to be there physically, I had the great honor to, you know what I'm saying, to be able to teach that class, man, you know what I'm saying, and I encourage all brothers and sisters, man, you know what I'm saying, to get in that Lashawan Kadash class, you know what I'm saying, because, of course, back in the Maccabees days, with this story of these 7 brothers in that mother, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they knew bits and pieces of their language, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it said one point, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not certain if it was the brother or the sister, Officer Dawada. Of course, correct me if I was wrong, but it was to the point where I believe it was a mother where she had to give encouraging words to the last brother, to her last son, and to the point where she said in her own language, she said no. Meaning what, Shar? La-ah. You understand? She said la-ah. You know what I'm saying? Within the Lashawan Kadash, man. Meaning, man, that they knew exactly what they were being taught, man. They knew exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? They knew exactly, man, that they had to hold on to the traditions, you know what I'm saying, of the Most High in Christ, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and, let's go ahead and drop that. And let's go ahead and get, man, I'm trying to get into these scriptures pretty quick. Let's go ahead and go to 1 Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 17, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, man, like, here in the I.S.U.P.K, of course, man, like, you do not have to sleep with whores, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, man, we can have as many wives as we want to, man. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, within Egypt, man, of course, dealing with the story of Christmas, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, right before we get to Maccabees, man, like, we need to understand, man, that the story of Nimrod is found in this book right here, man. You know what I'm saying? For time's sake, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna show it right here. It's the 2 Babylons, man. You know what I'm saying? Complete in unabridged by Alexander Hislop, man. You know what I'm saying? And like, you can go into it gives you the origin of these heathen customs, man. Like it gives you the origin of Christmas. It gives you the story of Nimrod, man. You know what I'm saying? For time's sake, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna go into it because I didn't think that we were gonna be short on time, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you do, man, you know what I'm saying? Like go on to ISUPK.com. You know what I'm saying? Get the two Babylons. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go directly to the ISUPK.com website and you will be able to go to the link. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a list of books, man, that you'll be able to order. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? So you'll be able to know and understand exactly, you know what I'm saying, like who you truly are, man. You understand? And of course, you know, I mean, man, let's just think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like we see and we understand, of course, in the I.S.U.P.K. that this story, you know what I'm saying, of course, around Christmas time, dealing with the tree, you know what I'm saying, and I'm just gonna give a brief, you know what I'm saying, on the story, you know what I'm saying. So it was Nimrod. He was an Egyptian, which he was an African, you know what I'm saying, which was so filthy, and this just shows you that of course that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, that we are not Africans, man. You know what I'm saying? He was able to have sex with his mother. You know what I'm saying? He was able to have sex with his mother, and of course, he died. You know what I'm saying? And it came to the point where his mother, you understand, every year, you know what I'm saying, like she would have this big old tree. You know what I'm saying? And that's within the Bible as well too, as far as in Jeremiah 10. You know what I'm saying? Like go to that for time's sake. Of course, we're not gonna go to it. You know what I'm saying? But you will be able to get a better understanding of it, and to know, you know what I'm saying, exactly what was happening, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, they decked it with gold, and then of course, you know what I'm saying, for each person that did not bring a gift, you know what I'm saying, like, of course, how the scripture says, you know what I'm saying, a person make a wise man mad, you know what I'm saying, but a gift destroyed the heart, man. You know what I'm saying? That gift, it destroys our heart, man. You know what I'm saying? But going back to the story, of course, man. So it was, they had a tree, you know what I'm saying, they decked it with gold, and whomever did not bring a gift, they would chop their head off and they would hang it from the tree, man. And what does that symbolize, man? Here in America today, that symbolizes that damn ornament, man. I'm telling you, man, all this stuff is so symbolic, man. All this stuff is so symbolic to a point where, like, man, like, you have to start asking yourself that, like, man, like, why is that happening like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I celebrating this day when, if I do some research and I just type in the origin of Christmas, it shows me something different? So then what you should do, you should go to ask your Christian pastor, ask your fake Israelite group, get the breakdown from it, man. And of course, your fake Israelite group's not going to know the proper breakdown from it. They're going to get bits and pieces of what the I.S.U.P.K. has taught them, and then they're going to flip it, just like the Christian church does, man. You understand? And just to take it back to my childhood, you know what I'm saying? Like I can remember, as far as growing up, you know what I'm saying, and my parents, you know what I'm saying, like saying that we gotta go sleep by a certain time because quote unquote Santa Claus is coming in town. You understand? And then what? You know what I mean? Like we bake the cookies, we set the milk by over there. You understand? And even at a young age, man, like I just knew, I'm like, okay, like I know I'm not going, you know, I know I'm not gonna go to sleep when they tell me. You understand? And I know that that no Santa Claus is gonna climb down our chimney. You understand? So I mean, of course, you understand. Like we all understand that. You understand that no Santa Claus is gonna come down the chimney. You understand? But going back to my story, you understand, as far as seeing my parents, you understand, as far as eat the cookies and drink the milk, and what is it they do? They put the presents under the tree. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember, you know what I'm saying, like as far as them riding the bikes, you know what I'm saying, like all through the house, and then send them up under the Christmas tree, man. You know what I'm saying? From that pay point, I'm like, man, listen, man, you ain't got a lot of me. You know what I'm saying? Like just keep it all the way a buck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all doing this, you know what I'm saying? All because of what, man? Of course, and not knowing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like our parents, you know what I'm saying? Like they did their best as far as raising us, man. You know what I'm saying? But of course, you know what I'm saying, it has to come to a point where, you know what I'm saying, like the rubber meets the road, man. Like, hey, man, like, what's really good? You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen y'all in there eating them cookies, you know what I'm saying, and putting them presents up under that tree, man. You know what I'm saying? But of course, you know, like, you don't want to do too much, you know what I'm saying, with your family members. You know what I'm saying? It's as far as confirming them at that young age, man. You know what I'm saying? But that type of stuff, it sticks within your brain. You know what I'm saying? Like with me, I'm left-handed now. You know what I'm saying? So I use my right side of my brain. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and where was we gonna go? I think I said 1 Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 17, sir.
Con, you said yeah, you said second. You said 1 Maccabees.
Con, sir.
Chapter 2, verse. I don't know which verse.
Yeah,
17?
for time's sake, we just gonna go ahead and drop down to verse 17.
All right. Like 1 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 17. Then answered the king's officers and said to Mattathias on this wise, Thou art a ruler and an honorable and great man in this city.
You understand? So of course, man, you understand, these officers, man, of the king, man, you understand, like, they presented to Mattathias that, man, listen, man, you are an honorable man. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that, you know what I'm saying, like, you that nigga in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you that person, you know what I'm saying, that are just, you that nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like, you have it all already. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, keep reading.
John, verse 17. And strengthened with sons and brethren.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like, meaning that, you know what I'm saying? Not only that, like, you have people that actually look up to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have people that actually look up to you and actually understand your language. You know what I'm saying? Like, understand exactly what you want to do, man.
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 18. Now therefore came thou first. That's like it. Now therefore come thou first.
Mm-hmm.
And fulfill the king's commandment.
You know what I'm saying? And for the king's commandment, meaning, man, like, they wanted him, and so, like, if I could backtrack, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, we, as far as Black, Spanish, and Native Indians, man, when the heathen come up to you and praise you like that, be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because some type of backfire is going to happen, man. When they praise you at your slavery, saying, oh, you know what? We're going to make you this. We're going to do this to you, man. You should have one eye open, you know what I'm saying, and give them the side look like, what's really going to happen? You know what I'm saying? I know something bad is going to happen when they say, oh, you know what, Shar, man, like, you're doing so great at work. You know, like, one of these days, we're going to promote you with manager. Yeah, we're going to promote you to be a lead. You know, so, like, we're going to promote you to kitchen lead, or, you know, like a manager over the floor, man. Be careful, man, of when you hear those words, of when you get that pat on the back from that heathen. Be careful, man, because something terrible and treacherous is going to happen, because they look to seek to devour the Most High chosen people, man. And they know that they, as far as the best way to get them is to what, man? Is to get the understanding of them, to make them realize what, man? That we understand that this is an honorable person. We understand that, oh man, that he's very, very courageous, and he's a very hard worker. But man, let's give him something else. You know what I'm saying? Let's give him something that he never experienced in life, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's give him all of that, man. That's exactly what these officers back in the Maccabees, they were trying to do to Mattathias, man. Keep going. And if I could just add on as well too, you know what I'm saying, like, going back to the story of Adam and Eve, man. You know what I'm saying? That serpent, you know what I'm saying, that old devil, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that old devil, that white man knew exactly who to go to, man. Because he knew if he went to Adam, man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, good night, man. Adam, I mean, like, he knew exactly, you know what I'm saying, what the deal was. So who did he go to? He went to the weaker vessel, man. He went to the weaker vessel and said, you know what? You're going to be a goddess. You know what I'm saying? And think about it in today, man. I mean, like, you tell a woman she's a goddess, man, like, what's going to happen? This right here, a panty dropper. You understand? This right here, a panty dropper. ain't gonna hit the note. You understand? That's exactly what's gonna happen, man. You tell a woman she's a goddess in today, the penny's gonna drop. You understand? Everything is gonna drop because of what? Oh man, I'm a goddess. I'm this, I'm that, man. It's the same stuff that was happening in the Bible, man. Like, that's how you know that this Bible is so evident with what we're doing here today, man. Tell a woman she's a goddess, man. You must trying to get something, man. You understand? And I remember not too long ago at my slavery, man, like I'm just gonna give a synopsis of the story, man. You know what I'm saying? A sister, man. You know what I'm saying? And like we just talking, we at the slavery, man, and we just chopping it up, talking. And like I come to find out, you know what I'm saying, that she has she has 3 kids and a baby father, you know what I'm saying, that stays at home. But comes to find out, she wanted to have sex with me, man. I mean, literally just said it straight up to my face, man. And me, you know what I'm saying, being and becoming a righteous brother in this truth, man, know that you are not to sleep with another man's wife, man. Right. But if I was in the world, man, who knows what could have happened, man. I could have had another baby. I could have had an alt with that brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Unknowingly whatsoever, man. All because of what? All over some what? Some box, man. All over some box, man. Like, you're going to lose your integrity over some box, man? No, man. And we're going to keep on reading the story, and then I'm going to go back to that story. To my physical story. If we can keep reading, sir.
Come. Like as all the heathen have done. Yea, and the men of Judea also.
You know what I'm saying? So he's promising him all these things, man. And not only to him, but to his brethren as well, man. Meaning like, oh man, you know what? If you do X, Y, and Z, if you bow down to the king, not only are you going to be blessed, not only you are going to inherit these great things from the king, but also Judas and your brothers, man.
Right.
I mean, man, good night. I mean, which brother wouldn't want that, man? You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, good night, man. Which brother would not want that, man? Keep going.
Come. And such as remain at Jerusalem, so shalt thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friends.
Man, good night. So not only you, your brethren, and the rest of the Israelites, but also your own household, man, is going to be friends with the king, man. I mean, man, which Judahite brother, which Israelite would not want that, man? Which brother would not want that, man? But go ahead, keep on reading.
Come. And thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold.
Man, good night. Not only that, they're going to be honored with what? With silver and gold, man. Meaning, man, all these things, man, all these materialistic things is going to be given unto you if you do this one thing, man. If you bow down to them, man. If you bow down to them, man. If you bow down to our king, man. Keep going.
And many rewards.
You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but and many rewards, man. Meaning that it's going to be a peripheral of just things just coming your way. Coming your way. You're not going to have to worry about anything. If. You know what I'm saying? It's always that if. If you bow down, man. If you bow down to our king, man. If you bow down to our king, man. Keep going.
Come. Verse 19. Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice.
Ooh-wee. But this zealous brother right here, he said with a loud voice, man. You know what I'm saying? He said with a loud voice. Keep going.
Though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him, and all fall away every one from the religion of their fathers, and give consent to his commandments. Verse 20. Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
Not only me, you know what I'm saying? He said, not only will I do that, You know what I'm saying? Not only will I be a coward, you know what I'm saying? Not only will my brethren, you know what I'm saying? Not only will my family be a coward, man. You know what I'm saying? We are going to do what, man? We're going to follow the Most High law, statutes, and commandments, man. We're not going to bow down to no man. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that our Heavenly Father will look upon us in shame, man. But Mattathias, he stood for his brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? And he was willing to die for his brothers as well, too, man. Meaning that, man, you know what? I mean, think about that, man. Think about you have a brother, man. You have a brother that's willing to stand up for you, man. Like the brother Mattathias right here, man. You had a brother, Mattathias, that's willing to stand up for you and not even knowing you, man. And not even knowing you, man. You sound like that's why we go on these street corners, man. That's why we teach these classes, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that somebody that we have no idea is listening to the priests and prophets of the Most High, man, in the I.S.U.P.K, man. That's why we do this, man. It's the same. I mean, good night, man. Once again, that's how we know the Bible is real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we know that we are living within the biblical days, man. You had a brother, man, show courageous, show zeal, man. He just showed so much zeal in one sentence. You understand? Just imagine, man, what you'll be able to do, you know what I'm saying? As a young man, as a trooper, as an officer, of course, captains and generals already know what to do, and the officers above me exactly. You know what I'm saying? But just imagine you, man, as a young man and as a trooper, man, what you'll be able to do if you do what, man? If you listen, if you follow orders, man. You know what I'm saying? We should truly be worshiping our Creator, man, and not the creations, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I believe it's in Romans 1:25. It says, man, like, who changed the truth of God into a lie, man? Who did? These wicked Christian pastors, these fake Israelite groups, you know what I'm saying? Egyptologists, Kemet, all these other nations, man. But no, man, we have to be like Mattathias, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying? When you are a trooper in the school, man, your sole duty is to do exactly what you're told, man. And not only that, you should be learning at that time as well, too, man. Learning everything that possibly you should do, man. As a sister as well, too, man. Learning everything that you'll be able to do. So what, man? So of course, when you do become an officer, you'll be skillful in your skill, man. You say you'll be able to properly break down scriptures, man. You'll be able to properly give advice, and of course, if you desire to become a counselor, you'll be able to be that counselor. You'll be able to counsel situations, man. This is your sole duty, man. You see, we need to have that zeal of Mattathias, man. We need to have that zeal of Mattathias. Say, damn, man. Mattathias, he's saying this. He's saying, if we can read that part one more time about exactly what he said, sir, like.
Oh, you want me to continue while I live on?
If we can read that part that what Mattathias stood up and said.
Okay, verse 19. Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice. Though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him and fall away every one from the religion of their fathers and give consent to his commandments. Verse 20. Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
Ooh, man. Walk in the covenant of our fathers, man. Meaning, man, once again, man, like we was talking about earlier, man, is LeBron James willing to die for you, man? Is Dwayne Wade willing to die for you? Is Creflo Dollar willing to die for you, man? Is TD Jakes willing to die for you, man? Is John Gray willing to die for you, man? These are questions that you have to ask yourself, man. If not, then why are you a part of it, man? That's what you truly have to ask yourself. If these pastors, if these fake Israelite, Christianites, Israelites, if they're not willing to die for you, then what the hell are you doing in it, man? What the hell are you doing in it, man? That's what you have to ask yourself, man. That's what you truly have to ask yourself, man. Because I know, man, you say here in the I.S.U.P.K, man, These brothers are willing to die for this truth, man.
Right.
Because why? Because we seen it in the Bible, man. You know what I'm saying? We seen it day in and day out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the story of Maccabees, you know what I'm saying? With those 7 brothers and that mother, man, that's just one of many stories, man, where brothers have to be martyrs, man. You know what I'm saying? For this truth, man. You can just look up and all throughout this Bible, man, and you will get a better understanding of truly who you are, man. Man, like these brothers and Maccabees, man, should give you so much zeal and so much honor to be able to just walk, you know what I'm saying, on the Most High's earth, man. You know what I'm saying? But while you're on earth, man, within your world, you know what I'm saying? Of course, black Spanish and Native Indians, man, within that world, man, you should be doing any and everything that you should be doing to be able to wake up those dry bones, man. And you have to be willing to die for your brothers, man. And with that, man, I'm going to go ahead and end the class if we don't have any questions online, sir, or comments.
Nah.
All right, no sweat, man. I'm going to go ahead and end the class. I'm going to go ahead and hit the security announcements. This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Commander General YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. Like they are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. Of course, we are in the 5th day, right, sir? The 5th day of the Feast of Dedication, Chaanakah. The 25th day of the 9th month by space of 8 days. You can, of course, we're in the 8th day, and of course, you can find this within the First Maccabees chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. Remind Akim Agwa to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and with that, shalom, Israel.